I'm streaming.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Porter's Garage. Because it's via my. Yeah, welcome to
Welcome
my.
to Jeffrey's Kids. I like this.
It's
Well,
a new
cool, man.
stream. New
So it seems
stream.
like it's streaming. Everything's going good.
You could, yeah, you could find it under Porter Gandy live stream. I think.
Okay. So I got 5 minutes before I have to get off. So let's just do this real quick. Let's have a quick little funsies. All right. So I've never interviewed you before because I've known you for 20 years, just about.
Yep.
So with all the changes going on in your life these days, what do you find the most difficult thing to do for yourself? Considering that now that you being a father and being a husband and trying to rein in the confines of what it's like to be a man, trying to run your father's business and finding a piece of yourself at the same time.
The most difficult is like carving out time so I can work on music. Honestly, did you hear me?
So where do your priorities lie now?
Well, because
Because
of
everyone's are different.
because of income, I guess, well, of course, as in like priorities to care for. It's mama, baby, and then business.
I mean, okay. So what do you mean by mom? So as
Basically,
far as in what aspect?
well, just making sure she's good, making sure like you know, I'm accountable and doing what she needs me to do. Of course, she's not extremely demanding. It's just that when we have stuff to do, we have stuff to do, and I can't drop the ball.
I mean, it's kind of what it comes down to, really.
I guess I should put Jesus in there too at the very top because that's what you're supposed to do. Like I need to go back to
Yeah, I'm pretty
church
sure
and
he wouldn't be too happy with that.
what putting him top.
No, like, hey man, first things first, bro. How about some Mises? Get some Mises in your Jesus.
Some Jesus in your uses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like that one. No, I'm kind of curious to see like where you're at now because I know music's. Well, when I first met you, music wasn't your end all be all. It was part of your life, but it wasn't all of it because you, for the guy that I've known for the past 18 years, has been uh, someone who, whenever they get involved into a topic, not a topic, but like a venture, it's balls to the walls, all in. I'm going to give it everything I got, which is, it's commendable. So at the time that I met you, it was theater and acting and doing all that. And I saw a good number of your shows. And I thought you did a hell of a job. And I thought there was a place for you as a character actor if you could find the right thing because it doesn't have to do with just talent, as everyone
No,
knows that
it's not
in
really
any kind
talent.
of
Talent is like
creative
maybe
business, it's really
talent's third on the
because there's a
rung.
lot of people that are talented.
Yeah, everybody can like develop talent within themselves, but at the top of being an actor is fucking marketing and personal branding. And that
Honestly, I
I
think it's mainly luck.
well, but you don't even put yourself in a position of luck unless your brand is out there. Unless you're you're auditioning. Like I had an agent in Austin, but like I missed one phone call for an audition and then they stopped calling. It's like That's the thing. At the
Damn, that
time,
was quick.
that granted, this is like almost over 10 years ago, because now it's different. Now it's completely different
Why do you say that?
because the whole landscape of how people get picked up for things is completely different. It's like the entire media industry's way it was on its head. Now it's even more on its head with fucking with
Hollywood just kind of folding.
yeah, AI and all that stuff. But before then, shortly before, it's become like if you had a podcast or if you had a YouTube channel or if you were stand up comic or it's just like there's no singular path. There was never really any singular path. That's why like stand up comics get picked up. Um, the truth is I thought there would be more opportunity in Austin, and granted there was, but like you kind of already had to be established because when it comes to like acting in the film and television stuff, you have to have what's called a reel. At least the time. You don't just have a resume and a headshot, but you've got to have like a website attached to all your socials at the time, like all your socials, and then a reel, like a reel of basically of things that you've acted on camera. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a feature or anything commercial, but like the better it looks, the better you look. Like because there was a pedicabber that I ran into, and he was from L.A. and he was a professional actor, and he had come from L.A. because he was doing more working than he was actually like he was just trying to pay the bills and feed himself and feed the kids, like take care of the kids and the wife. And he had done some movies. Like he even had a movie like when he came to Austin, he did a movie that ended up in Redbox, and he did. I think he went off to do like independent stuff as well because he had done some screenwriting in too. See, that's the thing when it comes to like show business, you have to be busy. Like you just have to you have to generate your own.
But like you really have to like you have to be a man of like baseball terms, you have to be a five-tool player. You have to have it all,
Yeah,
or at least be doing multiple things at the same time.
and you have to be like accessible, and you have to have a presence out there. Like you have to.
Well, here's a problem with that because you also see that people make up bullshit for themselves. You ever notice that? They're like, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a musician, I'm a mogul, and like all this other bullshit. It's like you haven't done anything. Stop lying.
Well, what they
But
say,
that's it feels like that's what they have to try to do.
what
Just to
people
be
say
like,
doesn't.
oh, they do all these things. I can sing, I could dance, I can speak French, I can
What people
ballet. I guess that's shit more in the 50s.
what people say doesn't mean anything. Like they you like at the time, what it would be is it's like, well, you have a website, you have a resume, all that stuff. Do you have representation? Like if you have representation and you're established, the funny thing is you get an agent, but then you have to still go out and hustle up auditions yourself, and then start actually working, and before the agent really even starts to give a fuck about you.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how it was stand-up comedy. Like you have to do all these
Yeah,
open mics, like
it's a
countless
grind.
ones,
It's
and
a
then
grind.
It's
It's a grind either
till
way.
you can get like what do they call that? I mean, you would think I would know a little better considering all the stand-up comedy stuff I've listened to and like absorbed over the past 15 years.
Yeah, you just grind it out.
But yeah, I
Like
mean, most of the time most yeah, it's exactly what it is. They hit open mics like crazy until they can find a club, they can find a home, and then they can get featured and then move up
they
and
develop.
middle and headline.
In between all that, they have to
Hopefully,
develop
they
their.
get to somewhere with they have to hit the road.
Yeah, in
Like,
between
and
all that,
hopefully
they have
they get
to.
to the road with a good comic. Go ahead.
In between all that, they have to develop an act, and it has to be good. Like that's
Oh
the
yeah, I
base.
just figured that was without being said, but yeah, that's
But
exactly
now,
correct.
like now, the landscape has shifted. Where, well, okay, prior to AI, because it's weird. It's like we've had 2 to 3 paradigm shifts within the last 10 to 15 years. Um, where the technology to make a movie or like be in somebody's project, um, like oftentimes people's careers got started off either they were a comic coming up, or they did somebody's independent feature that actually got picked up at a film festival, or a film festival at like Cannes and other international stuff, or even South by Southwest. And you know,
I wonder how hard it is to get into can. Like if you
well,
can just make some, movie on your phone and just
well, that's what Robert Rodriguez did.
get
Did you,
after it.
if you watch if you watch
I
the
did. I did. I
yeah,
knew exactly where you're going with that. Yeah.
that's
I
exactly
forgot
what
about that. I didn't know he was in Cannes.
the thing is. It's just like if like I'm not trying to make excuses. I mean, I tried a lot of different things. I didn't try stand up. I don't know. I probably should have, but I didn't. um, because I always had like a pull towards music, and I was in Austin, so I did try a bunch of different music things. I did try that stuff. I did various things. I was in a few bands. I was in like 3 or 4 bands. Like one was a project that I started, and then I joined some guys that had just come to like Buda, and we started a little cover band, or they were trying to kind of go between being original and being a cover band, and it was just kind of limping along. And then somebody left, and then I found us a place where we were jamming, and then like that's where I picked up some of the early recording stuff that I started to learn, and it was just from there. And yeah.
So when did you realize that you were a failure?
Well, like, you're only a failure when you give up at something. But at the same
Just
time,
kidding. It's like, does it take a while, or are you still in denial?
well, it is what it is. Doesn't mean I quit though. I mean, a lot of successes
No, dude. You're,
failed a whole bunch of
hey,
times.
you're the definition of try hard.
Yeah, if you just, I mean, if you,
No, and not and honestly, I take that pejorative term and I think it's stupid because it's like, dude, what's wrong with trying hard?
it's just like I didn't quite figure things out. Like, of course, nobody taught me anything. I had to kind of figure it out for myself. Um, and just tried different things, and
Well, I mean, you're the opposite of me with that. Like you tried your ass off, and you had some success
well, I had some.
in your own way.
I gained some ground, and I picked up some skills, and yeah. So
Well, and you learned a lot of lessons along the way too.
oh yeah, I'm still learning them.
Like pho at a pedicab stand is awesome.
Yeah, I mean that was a good time for what it was. I probably spent too much time fucking around with that. Just because it was kind of a lifestyle that pulls you away. It frees you up to do a lot of things, but at the same time, it's kind of a trade of life stuff. It's just a different kind of life. It's like in the
It's the one thing
it's
that I
like
figured out getting older.
what's that?
No, just figuring out is like there's so many trade offs, and every trade off sends your life. I mean, even the most minute little thing, and I've told you this, 100 times, but I mean, my life would have been completely different if I didn't walk into one bar one night.
Yeah.
I was literally sitting at home playing Tiger Woods, uh, bummed out about Stephanie. And one of my friends from class, Natalie, she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to this bar called Hooligans. Do you want to come with me?" And I said, "Sure." We were friends. It wasn't anything more than that. And the whole, I don't know the word for it, but trajectory. That's the one I was looking for. The whole trajectory of my life completely shifted from that one night. Like obviously I'd already known you and we'd been friends and stayed friends. But, you know, that was the night that I met James and everything just went the way it was. If I didn't go that night, I have no idea what I would have done with my life. I actually might have actually went to law school.
Oh, were you thinking about?
Yeah, I
You
got
meant?
accepted.
Oh no, shit, dude.
Yeah, I got accepted to law school for
That's
Wesleyan, with Texas Wesleyan, not
what is.
not the other one.
Damn.
And I ended up going to the oil field instead.
Oh, cause you.
See,
Oh,
I had
you.
already known Laura because I knew her before I knew you because she was in my college algebra class when we were at TCC. And I knew her and Andre, but the topic of going in the oil field would never became a thing. But anyway, but I'm just just going with it because we're not talking about my life. We're saying that you make one little move. I mean, like, what if you never just screw it, I'm gonna move to Austin? What if you never did that? What if you stayed here? What if you went to Pennsylvania? What if you went to Connecticut? You know,
Yeah.
where would your life be? I mean, would if somebody else stayed down here, would that person still be alive? You know who I mean? And I'm not gonna throw their shit out there, but would that have stayed? Would y'all have stayed?
I don't
I don't
think.
know. It's just
I don't. I don't think she would have stayed. Like it was. Is what it is.
no, I know. I'm just saying just little things, just one small decision.
Well, if you believe in the multiverse, then each one of those alternate things potentially occurred and split off and created another universe.
Yeah. And I think that stems from, like I said, just one decision creates a complete alternate universe. Same thing as if I never went to,
You should have gone to law school.
which, which the bane of my existence is bars, but I love them.
Yeah, hey, we all
But
do.
if I didn't go to that CNC's bar when I was dating Lindsay, if I didn't go in there one night, you know, I had one thing basically fuck up my entire life. Then it lasted for like 10 years of constantly throwing everything that I loved in the trash can. So, it's just one night, just, man, maybe I just don't walk in this place today. And that's a transition of one night was changed everything for the better. Like I did so many good things. I wouldn't have had my daughter if I didn't walk into the first bar. I don't walk into the second. Maybe I don't have a broken home. Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to know for sure.
It's hard to know. Life's weird like that. So, as I've derailed this interview like crazy, which I don't know. Sorry, it's hard to catch my breath. I don't know what's going on, but ever since I mowed the lawn and I tried to do my run, like I just cannot breathe right.
Yeah,
Like my heart rate is at a 74 right now. My resting heart rate is usually in 45.
you need to go get checked out, man. That's blood
Nah,
pressure.
it's just something blew into my face. It's like it's something I'm allergic to. I don't know what it is, but it was something outside.
Mm.
This is how I realized that I was allergic to or something in Red Bull or energy drinks because when I was drinking those with shots, so if I would just have like a normal shot or whatever, didn't do anything to me. But if I had it with Red Bull, like I'm breathing like I am right now. Like I can't catch my breath.
Yeah. Huh.
But anyway, to get back to it. So with everything that you know now
Mm-hmm.
and all the life experience that you've been through,
Yeah.
how does that make better man, father, husband. What does that do for you now?
I've got a little bit more wisdom. I don't know everything, but I know a little about a lot, and I know I know how to tell someone not to make the same mistakes, but I can't make them not make the same mistakes. All I can do is
It's the same thing me and Brian have been saying to each other since we were teenagers. It's like, dude, I give the best advice that I don't listen to.
right, and
We're constantly telling each other what we should do and then completely ignoring what we just said.
yeah, right. But like because you just can't go back. There's no, and from where I'm at now, I don't know that I would change anything. At the same time,
Hey, get a little closer to the mic, bud, so I can hear you a little better.
I don't know that I would change anything
There you go.
be- because it's like, well, I don't have my daughter if I do anything different. And she's the cutest thing I've ever seen, and it's it's gonna mess with me forever. She's a redhead with blue eyes.
I don't think you're the one who's getting messed with.
Oh, what do you think? It's Mama.
No, I think she's gonna get made fun of until she gets older. And then when that real beauty hits, because all kids like start off kind of cute, and not all. I mean, we know some examples, but we also know that girl like that, if she turns out to be a real beauty, because nobody knows. Like my son is awesome. He's a handsome little shit. He's got a great smile, but he might look like fucking the dude from Mask. Who knows? Eric
Lionitis.
Roberts. I don't remember. I don't remember his name. What was his name?
Rocky.
Rocky. That's right. So who knows?
Well, God, I hope he doesn't have lionitis. Because that's what the Elephant Man had.
Well, I mean, at least he doesn't have Cher as a mother, so that's something.
Right. Hey, yeah, that's a that's a bullet for sure. That's a bullet dodge for sure. He was a real
But
guy.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like,
But speaking of somebody who had a lot of ambition and wanted to do things and didn't get to do them, is him. You know, because
oh yeah, I
he's
know, right?
yeah, because it was a true story. And on a technical note, it looks like we're streaming clean. Um, I
Good.
we're,
Hey, just try not to turn your face away from the mic as much as you are.
sorry. I could
No, that's fine because I want to be able to hear you.
I could
And you're
take
kind of
this.
trail like it sounds like you're trailing off, but I know you're not. But no, I mean that's a situation that we get involved in where we figure out that we can't go back, just like you said. And I think there's too many people that live in kind of an aspect of that, meaning like not only can you not go back, you can't keep what you had. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain little population in that wants to go back and change the past, and then there's the ones that cannot let go of the past. It's like the girls who are try to stay fuckable in their 50s. That's like, dude, just let it go. It's like the same thing that I've talked to you about. I've talked to my buddy Crispy about, and other guys. Like, hey man, like the young college bars, it's not up for us anymore. I still love hanging out in bars, and I'm gonna do it until I'm dead. I love it. But I mean, I'm not gonna do the stupid shit that I did in my 20s or 30s. But you know, I still remember being at like Bentleys and Hooligans, and looking at the guys who are in their 40s kind of checking stuff out, and it's just like you're bumming everybody out, dude. Like this isn't for you anymore. Like your time has passed. Like nobody wants to see the old guy. That's why I don't go to those places. I
Yeah.
sit in the old people bars, listen to the same old people conversations, talking shit about random stuff. We're just sitting in a dark place with like dim lighting, watching a game, talking shit with people your age. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not you should be in a bar to begin with is questionable. But if you're gonna be in one, you want to be in those kind. You don't want to be in the ones where you see the majority of people under the age of 30. You don't want to be in there because then you're the fucking weird old guy.
Yeah. Um, I mean, that's true, but back to what you were saying, it's like everybody's trying to hold on to that stuff, but the bitter truth that we all end up learning is that's just not possible. You don't hold on to the stuff that's fleeting. Like, time is moving. Time continues to move forward. Like,
It's impossible.
yeah, nobody claims onto it, and if you try to go against it, well, you enter a world of pain. Look at, I mean, the
It's gonna
people that
bite
do,
you.
uh, you know, you might be able to keep up the illusion for a little while if you're a Hollywood star with the best plastic surgeon in California or even Dallas here, but eventually it's going to catch up with you.
And honestly, the people that get respected more are the ones who age gracefully.
Right. People that
Just let it happen to you, man. It's going to anyway. The only difference is, are you going to look like a lizard or a fucking insane person, or are you just going to look like some dude who's 65?
or you could look like Joe Rogan if you do a cold plunge every day and work out in the morning, sit in the sauna and do superhuman shit all the
Well, and
fucking
that's the
time.
thing. Like, no disrespect to him, but like, he still looks 50. He just
Yeah.
looks like a good-looking 50-year-old.
Yeah, but he's in his 60s.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He started his podcast when he was 40 years old, like 40, not in his 40s. He was 40.
Okay. I thought he was
I
almost
guarantee you, he is not.
60.
He's mid 50s right now. I guarantee it.
I thought he was closer to 60. Oh, well.
I mean, I think he might be like 55.
I wasn't judging from his looks. I just thought I heard from the show that he was
Oh
close.
shit, he's 57. So yeah, he's closer to 60. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's actually going to be 58.
there you go. So he's close.
But again, he looks his age. He just looks like he takes care of himself. He doesn't look like he's 40.
Yeah. And he didn't get plastic surgery. So
Nope. Well, I mean, depends on what you call plastic. Well, not plastic surgery, but he got hair tits.
he got what?
He got hair tits.
Hair tits? What's
He
that?
got it. He got the like the getting the like the staples and all the bullshit,
Oh, did he?
like hair implants. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, back
well.
in his like late 30s.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
My timeline might be a little off on that, but I know he got them, and then he talked openly about it. Like he's like, yeah, I was trying to hold on, and he's like, fuck it, I just shaved it and got rid of it.
yeah, yeah, everybody, you know,
And
everybody
by the way,
does.
hair tits isn't mine. I got that from Dan Soder. That shit's so funny. He's like, yeah, you like my hair tits? That was so funny. He's like, I love it. I don't give a shit if anybody knows. Like, fuck, I'll recommend it to anyone. It's like, I love my hair tits.
That's funny.
But no, it's just interesting because like it's that's the thing that you're talking about is you have to progress, right? And whatever that looks like, because it comes in different forms and shapes and things for other people. But
Yeah.
like for you, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what is progressing for you. Like what is growing up for you in this age? Like where you are right now, because we're both 40, like on the button. You
Get
probably don't feel like it, but you probably do at the same time.
I do feel it. I it's not what I expected to feel. It's just you just don't have the wind. You don't have the you don't have the stamina of you just get tired. Whereas you know to about mid to late 30s, you have this staying power to like stay up late and still kind of function. But right around 38, 39, that's when it's like the body started to do this thing where it's just like you start getting tired around 9:30, 10. You know,
You ain't fucking lying.
yeah, with the sun setting, like the days feel longer, but they feel shorter. It's like time is moving faster, but
Isn't it weird that that for the most part, we've lived longer on this earth than we're going to live? We've seen most of our days are behind us.
I don't know. Technology might do the whole longevity thing where the person, I'm not saying it's going to be us,
Oh, it might.
the first people that are going to live to 150 are alive today. Because, I don't know, we're about to go through, I hate to use this term, but we're about to go through a great leap forward in medical advancements, artificial intelligence. Because the artificial intelligence stuff, like I saw a thing where the AI engines or whatever in medical technology and like energy specifically, they're finding new elements. Like they're putting together new elements that make for better batteries and higher power yields. It's like once because we're approaching that singularity, or we might already be there, to where the AI just starts to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like it has the whole scan of everything going on, like just whatever particular artificial intelligence engine, whether it's OpenAI or Anthropic or Grok or whatever. But it scans a whole market or whatever, and it knows that this element does this, and it knows exactly where it's being made too. It's like, well, if you talk to this
Oh,
company that's
speaking of, I finally figured out Grok, and it sent me some pretty damn good ideas. Pretty happy about it.
yeah,
Go
did
ahead.
you upload the picture? Because it'll do that.
I did. I figured out how to do it, and I got it.
Yeah,
But anyway, we're talking about AI. So,
yeah. It's just like because there's I told you about Repit, which is that platform that kind of codes things for you and can build apps. It's not perfect,
oh,
but
okay. I thought you were trying to mispronounce Reddit. I'm like, I don't think that's
no,
right.
it's no, it's
But okay, what's Repit?
Repit. It's a like a developer out of Norway or Sweden. He was on that podcast I sent you,
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
it was originally like they had coding software Cobra, uh, but then they developed it with artificial intelligence, and now the artificial intelligence can essentially write the code.
Whoa.
And with machine
Well, I heard
learning,
this thing when I was listening to Jimmy Carr and Joe Rogan talking about quantum computing,
yeah,
and they were talking about how, like, the most complex, like, I guess, equation would
yeah,
take. They said until the sun burns out. That's how long it would take them to do it. But with quantum computing, they can figure it out in minutes. It's
yeah.
wild.
It did it in 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
then when you have the artificial intelligence, um, essentially merge with that. I don't know where that is or how that works, but once that happens, dude, that is singularity point. Like that's massive point of acceleration because you have all that
So
you have
does
all that
that mean
compute.
that we're done, or is that just going to be a shift?
It's hard to say. That's what everybody's like kind of
Well, I
figuring out
mean,
right now because this is what Goldman
what's your
Sachs said.
guess?
Well, Goldman Sachs projected 300 million job replacements in the next 5 years. It's already taken over all the administrative stuff. Like I talked to our lawyer, And I asked him like about the like is are people already using artificial intelligence in your field? And he said yes. He said what they're doing is like
For what?
drafting. Like there was a job for someone who would just draft up contracts, do administrative stuff, draw up the legal papers. Now an algorithm just does it. Like that. Now the
Yeah,
artificial intelligence.
when those called aids, like legal aids, I think.
Yeah, legal aids and drafting, or if you have to write new, like if you have to write the words of the law, you know, like that'll be if that's not being used in Congress, which Congress is fucking Congress, but like all these inefficiencies with administrative stuff via like things like AI agents, which is basically it's a system of processes. It's like it's like I want an AI agent to plan me a trip and book my flight tickets and plan my trip. Well, it'll do all that. And not only will it buy the tickets, it'll book you a flight, it'll find you a good cheap flight, but it'll also schedule your trip itinerary and it'll also plan your whole trip while you're there. And it does it in a matter of
Wow.
minutes. Because what you're looking
Yeah,
at is
that would make me to do that though.
well, okay, but that's just a taste of
I'm
the
just
type
it
of
just
shit.
seems like I still want to be. I'm not going to be exactly a luddite, but I mean, there's
Oh,
some things that just feel better if you do it yourself.
yeah, but there'll be people that are be half in, half out, and then there'll be people completely like freaked out by everything and doing their own thing, and they'll find people like
I
them.
mean, I'm surprised I'm even on a computer. It's like, oh no, the magic box.
Right, but again, like I have the power of essentially a studio right here. There's a lot to be said because what happens in this audio interface used to take like a converter and like a whole bunch of other shit and a big old hard drive. Now it's nothing. And like the highest computer like processor that you could find.
It's
And
so weird the things in our hands and that we're using right now could easily make a, you know, feature film with
yes,
nothing. Wild.
yeah, it's a supercomputer. It gives you and it has all the collected human. It basically has all the collected human knowledge in one place. At least what's available
And the
to
way
you.
that we fuck up and not use it like the way that it should be used to benefit ourselves in a, you know,
Yeah.
in a helpful manner, a more productive manner, is just it's like, yeah, that's why we are the way we are. That we're gonna get scrubbed.
Yeah. Uh, that's what people are just talking about UBI. It's almost like with technology getting so fast and computers. Hold on. You there?
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta make the kid a bottle.
All right, man. Yeah, I probably need to shut it down anyway. I gotta go make a slab tomorrow to put a shed on.
Okay. Well, fun. you you're gonna build the shed from scratch?
No, no. I found a shed that's actually relatively cheap for exactly what we need, but we're gonna build the slab ourselves.
Oh, cool. Use latex. Use a lot of latex because it's Texas
Yeah,
ground. Yeah. Don't shimp.
yeah. Well, we're gonna.
Don't cheap out on the mortar and cement. If you cheap out on
No,
anything, don't cheap out on that shit because you'll be paying for it later.
no, no. Now we're gonna use that pea gravel and rebar and a lot of quickcrete, a lot of it.
You got dudes.
No, I got my hands,
Oh man, you're gonna need help.
my hands and shovels.
But you're gonna need help, man. It's gonna take you a
But
long
all right,
time.
man. Hey, y'all have fun.
Will do. Take it easy. Let's talk to you soon.
All right, man. Well, hey, if you get time, if we got time, we'll do another one tomorrow.
Okay, sure. Let's try her again.
Yeah, just let me know. I'll be available anytime after noon. So,
Okay, sounds good. All right,
all right, man. Well, good test run.
yeah,
Loved
not
it.
bad. Yeah. Alrighty. Talk to
All
you
right,
soon.
all right, man. We're back. All right, go make that kid a bottle.
Will
She
do.
needs her sleep.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right, bud.